I'm mad.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Oh no! Punch! Oh, crap!
Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Triple kill! Godlike! Ultra kill! Rampage!
How did you do that? How did you do that? are broadcast as radio impulses into space. And all sets are being heard on every radio telescope on the entire Earth.
Unstoppable. Wicked sick. Monster kill.
Did you think it was?
The signals are broadcast as radio impulses into space. And all sets are being heard on every radio telescope on the entire Earth.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 11 of the ESL India Premiership September session of the fall season, brought to you by Omen by HP, Zawi by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'm your host for today, Angela, and we've got some crazy games lined up for you all today. In Clash Royale, we're going to have Mrin going against Jimit. In Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we're going to have Yalla Esports going up against Nasr Esports. And in Dota 2, we're going to have Genesis going against Team A5. But heading into the first game of the day, get yourself comfortable, grab some popcorn, because we're going to have Clash Royale happening, Mrin versus Jimit. Mrin is, of course, the 2016 champion of the ESL India Premiership. He's also the only player who has sustained himself in the Masters League till now. He has been having a little hard time in the September phase as of now. He's played about 4 games, been able to bag only 1 victory to his name. This is going to be a crucial game for him, because if he does not perform well, he's already on the 7th position. He's going to head into the relegation rounds then. But we'll see how that favors for himself after the match. Meanwhile, Jimit is based out of Bombay. He's also having a mixed run after coming in with a stellar performance from the Challenger League. He has played 5 games for now and bagged 2 victories to his name, but he has lost 3 games also. These two players have played against each other before. In the fall phase 1, Mrin was able to take a clear victory of Jimit, but in phase 2, Jimit returned the favor back to Mrin, giving him a loss to his name. This is the final phase of the September League, and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win between these two. It is going to be an interesting matchup. So we're going to head into the game really quickly with our caster Manoj Gola, who's waiting for us. So get comfortable and let's head into the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. This is Manoj Supergola, and thank you for that introduction, Angie. And we're going to jump right into the match between Mrin and Jimit. Mrin right now sitting at position 7 on the leaderboard, if I'm correct, and Jimit somewhere in the middle. Both of these players have been performing not up to the mark, not up to the quality of gameplay that we expected from them. Maybe because now that the new players have come, and maybe they're just that much better, or maybe then veterans just need a little more time to get used to them. But either way, Mrin is in some real trouble right now. Getting to the game right now, looks like both the players are playing decks that require a lot of elixir. Both of them have 2 elixir collectors on the board each. He does manage to stop the ram from making contact with the tower, but there's a whole 2 minutes left on this fight, isn't there? A lot of back and forth happening. Jimit puts down the 3rd elixir character. That is a bold move. Mrin decides he's going to follow suit and places his own 3rd elixir character down, but not really sure that was a smart thing to do, because he had a really good opportunity to overwhelm Jimit with units, but again, he's the pro player, not me. Jimit says, I want that 3rd character again, puts down another one. We are going to enter double elixir time in about 20 seconds, and things might go just haywire from there. Eve is coming down on the left, I'm assuming. There we go. Mrin's Pekka slowly makes his way down the right lane, while we see a decent enough push coming down on the left. Bandit, who's almost dead. Evis, who's almost dead, and a couple of minions who will literally die with 1 hit. Oh wow. Jimit has successfully managed to stop the Pekka from doing any sort of damage to the tower. Let's just take a quick look at tower HPs right now. Jimit's lowest tower is at 1934, while Mrin's lowest tower is at 1989. Might go a little more down, yeah. Ram makes a slow contact with it, brings it down to 1743, but the barbarians do not survive at all. Naked Mega Knight on the left. Okay, that's okay. I don't know what to say to that. Oh wow, look at that. Pekka push on the right, Mega Knight on the left, but Jimit still manages to completely shut down any sort of damage coming out. And Mrin loses a little more HP off his own towers, but neither player has gotten very far with their pushes yet. We have entered overtime, and things might change now, since the first tower to go down will be the loser. Hopefully it ends up again in a standoff and maybe a draw or a last minute tower destruction, just like yesterday. Oh, we don't have to wait until the last minute. Jimit has managed to make a huge push down on the right with his Musketeer and his Ice Golem and managed to bring Mrin Star down. So that's 1-0 in favor of Jimit right now. The first game, congratulations to Jimit. And before we head off into the second game, I just like to take a moment of your guys' time and mention our best friends in the entire world. And whenever I say that, somebody in the room just gives me a weird look. So we have Omen by HP, our title sponsor, without whom none of this would have been possible. We also have Zoe by BenQ and HyperX, and all of this is brought to you by us good folks at Northern Gaming. I know I like to toot my own horn, but who else will do it, huh? So yeah, that's production value right there. Like, they knew I was done with my bullcrap and just put me into the second game. The questions asked. So Mrin looks like he's sticking to his guns, he's playing the same deck, while Jimit has shifted to a poison-based deck, okay? So P.E.K.K.A, Poison, Evis, might we see a... Okay, it's not a hog, it's a minor poison deck. Good enough, good enough. Jimit making a smart decision right there, trying to outdraft Min. Poison decks are pretty good against Elixir-based decks, huh? Brings down the Elixir character as well as any heavy unit pretty quickly. But we're just going to have to wait and see if that really works out in his favor or not. So far, Mrin has expended more Elixir than Jimit. And I don't know what that sound was. So yeah. So Mrin has expended more Elixir than Jimit, and that's... If this trend continues, that might be the death of him this round as well. We will see a scoreline of 2-0 for now. I mean, that is if Mrin fails to do what he's supposed to do. P.E.K.K.A's meeting in the middle. Mrin's defensive P.E.K.K.A taking care of business. Losing a chunk of his own HP in the process, but we'll see. That P.E.K.K.A just takes 2 steps, gets interrupted. 2 steps and then gets interrupted. And I really feel for that bandit over there. Wants to dash in, but can't. Okay, now Jimit opts to release a miner onto the Elixir character to bring it down, but he doesn't manage to finish the job. Mrin is going to recover quite a bit of Elixir from that character. And Jimit's own tower is at 1635 HP. So that's not really a good position to be in. Ice Spirit going to freeze the Mega Knight. And the Mega Knight is going to tank a few hits from the minions while the tower and the EOS take care of them. Ooh. That Mega Knight just leapt to his death. Yeah, this is my issue with heavy decks, right? When you put a P.E.K.K.A on your side of the map, the amount of time that it takes to reach the other end, and it's so easy to distract it, right? All you need is an Ice Golem. It distracts both the P.E.K.K.A as well as the Mega Knight. And yeah, we are left with huge tracks of time, about 30 seconds in which basically nothing happens, and we have to stare at 2 huge units just walking slowly towards each other. So 0 seconds left, entering overtime. First tower down, he is the loser. And for now, it looks like Mrin has the upper hand. He has 2 Elixir characters down on the board, feeding him Elixir one by one. And he might just be able to reach Jimit's star in time this now. Maybe, hopefully, even up the score. 1-1. I guess we'll... that Mega Knight leapt into nothing. Yeah, it's better than not doing anything at all. So now he's tagging the P.E.K.K.A. It's a pretty good way. Okay, look at this. At least a half HP P.E.K.K.A is going to get 2 hits off onto the tower and it's going to go down. Ooh, sacrifices an Evis as well as a bandit to stop the P.E.K.K.A from destroying the tower. At 653 HP left, he only has to have the Mega Knight leap on it once or the P.E.K.K.A hit it once and that tower will go down. On the other hand, Jimit has his poison and minor combo. Maybe if he finds some way to distract this huge push, he'll be able to pull something out of his hands. But wow, his own defensive P.E.K.K.A didn't die and the Mega Knight just splashed damage onto the tower and that's it. Mrinmoy Lakar wins the second round. So 1-1 is the score right now, and I think we are eager to get into the next game immediately. So let's just jump right into that. Oh, look at that. Jimit completely turns the tables and goes for an aerial deck now with a lava hound, and I'm suspecting that there will be a balloon in his deck too. But Mrin here, his deck is somewhat similar to the previous one. He may not have the big P.E.K.K.A. now, but he now has the small P.E.K.K.A. And it looks like he sort of calculated what Jimit's move was. Just made sure he has a Mega Minion on his deck to defend against this Lava Hound, because I don't think he has anything else. Oh wow, look, he has a balloon too. Okay, this is a sort of a mirror matchup, I guess. Oh wow, so Jimit doesn't have a balloon and Mrin has a balloon. This is sort of unexpected, and yeah, we see that Mega Knight over there on the right just wailing away on the tower, bringing the tower from full HP to 619. And I take what I said back. Now I just see the balloon in Jimit's hand. Mrin's own tower on the left is going to go down pretty soon, huh? 300 HP, 200, and there we go. Down goes the tower. But I guess that I'm not sure if that is fine for Mrin or but I don't know. But he has to do some serious aerial gymnastics with his balloon, and he only has Mega Minion to defend against aerial units, and that's going to be really, really hard. The only thing he has is Zap. That's going to make defending really, really hard for him. Mega Knight again gets distracted by the skeletons, then by the tombstone, and then by the pack of goblins. Yeah. Well, for being the only card that can attack aerial units, Mrin's Mega Minion is doing quite a bit of work. But yeah, I don't think his tower is going to survive this balloon. No, it doesn't. On the brighter side, maybe there's a silver lining right there. Mrin might be able to take this tower down. It's 38 HP left. One volley of arrows should be able to finish it. But most likely he should be saving that and concentrating on damage on the left right there. Offensive Mega Minion. He says he doesn't want to defend anymore. I wonder what he's trying to do. 20 seconds left. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take this game, but he still has to try nevertheless. Maybe zap the building on the right, just for some fun. No. Mrin decides against it. It's either victory or no effort at all. So 2-1 in favor of Jimit right now. And we might just be heading into what might be the last game for today. So because if Jimit wins one more, that's best of 3. It's 3-1. And he's going to take this matchup and put Mrinmoy even more down the hole. Like, he's in a lot of danger right now. If he wants to make it to the LAN finale at Hyderabad during Comic-Con, he has to, I don't know, to quote Rick and Morty, get his something together. Jimit opts to go for a P.E.K.K.A. and a balloon-based deck now, and Mrin, oh wow, look, he has an Inferno Dragon. I'm thinking that's going to be really, really effective for defending against a P.E.K.K.A. and the balloon, as long as he can avoid that Evis. Because if you have an Evis hitting on your Inferno Dragon, there's not much you can do. He's just going to getting interrupted again and again and again. But it's really good at defending bases. And though I say that, Jimit's units have been managed to get Mrin's tower down to 1826 HP, and that's slow overtime chip damage is what usually loses the games for most people. And we see the Inferno Dragon getting interrupted left and right, not being able to do much damage. Oof. Eve is down on the right to defend against this balloon push. The balloon's suicide bomb does manage to be far away from the tower, but the Eve still gets a quite a bit of chunk of damage from it. So anyway, this is my issue with Elixir heavy decks, right? It's about 10 seconds of nothing to see at all. Like we can count with me right there. That P.E.K.K.A was dropped down on 1 minute 23 seconds, and the first time it raises its sword is 20 seconds later. What could you do, huh? What could you do? Poison Miner combo doing a lot of damage on Jimit's tower on the right. Mrin looks poised to take this round. Maybe he's going to even up the score 2-2 and give us a game 5. We can always hope. Can't we? Okay, Mrin might just defend the left with an Inferno Dragon, which he should, and he does. Opts to go for the balloon. Does manage to both save his tower, keep it at 1000 HP, and get Jimit's own tower. 15 seconds left. I do not think anything that Jimit releases will be able to get to the tower fast enough and then destroy it anytime soon. So I think it's safe to give this one round to Mrin. So congratulations, Mrin. Comeback is real. 2-2, evening up the score and giving us a game 5. Nice. Thank you. So let's see. I'm going to take a wild guess right now and say the next game is going to go into overtime and we're going to see Mrin win and take his first few steps away from the danger of relegation. Get into position 6, position 5, position 4, I don't know. Something, but just avoid relegation if you can, because that's just extra work, right? Extra work. You want to come to the landfill LA, you better win against 2 other people. Well, look, Jimit has sort of turned the tables, both tech-wise as well as game-wise. Now we see him on the bottom rail. And playing a Hawk-based deck with the Princess. Looks like it's a bait deck. Let's hope it works in his favor for his sake. While Mrin has opted to stick to the deck that won him the last round. Well, if it works, why change it? Huh? That miner just scraping away at the tower, not doing much damage. But you all got to start somewhere. Oh, that ninja bandit right there manages to kill both the ice golem as well as the princess, and does manage to make a dash contact onto the tower, bringing it down to 1894 HP. Excuse me. Davis coming down on the left, gets met by bats, destroys all but one of them, dies himself. Inferno Dragon getting killed right beside the tower with a rocket from Jimit. Good placement, managed to destroy quite a chunk of the tower's HP too. But I wonder how long he can keep defending these P.E.K.K.A pushes from Mrin. I mean, the mini P.E.K.K.A does do quite a bit of damage, but it just dies in 2 hits from a normal big-sized P.E.K.K.A. Like Jimit has no other choice but to hope he can outcycle Mrin soon. But we are in the last minute of WLX and this is where heavier decks shine. So it's all a toss-up really. It's all a toss-up. 1 hit and 2 hits and there we go. Hog Rider dies as well as after getting a couple of hits onto the tower. Oof. Mini P.E.K.K.A managed to kill the huge P.E.K.K.A this time. Okay. So 864 HP left on Jimit's tower. 985 HP left on Mrin's tower. Almost 10 seconds to overtime, and we'll see how it goes. Will the Hog Rider be able to get a hit off? No, he won't. That bait right there places the princess right there to bait Mrin's bandit, and then immediately puts down a nice golem to avoid his princess getting killed. Good strat, good strat. It worked. Now he has a little room to work with so that he can make some pushes of his own. Perhaps he's going to let a hog go right now. He does, but we see a P.E.K.K.A in the back waiting for it. One more hit and the Hog Rider goes down. Not able to do much damage. It was... Basically, he was born, running right out of the mother's womb. And then gets killed by a huge metal monster. Ooh, Mrin. Almost, 50 seconds into overtime and Mrin's star goes down. Congratulations, Jimit. That is... No, I'm not gonna say it was an exciting game because it wasn't. It was close. We saw some new decks. We saw some hog cycles. We saw a lava hound. We saw some balloons. But oh well. So congratulations to the winner. And can we see the leaderboards right now? Oh, there we go. So Mrin, another victory for him. Looks like he's played 6 matches, won 2, lost 4. He's sitting comfortable at position 5 with 6 points. Right now in the same boat as Jimit, the guy he just beat. But we see Hasib and Mehudi down in the bottom now. Mehudi is in some serious trouble. 4 matches played, none of them won. He might be one of our candidates for relegation. We don't know yet who's joining him though. He's in the US. Yeah, so just a bit of bittersweet news for us. We are going to see one more addition into the Masters League this finale, but that's because we're going to be losing one of our veteran master players. We have Ruben, who's going to be unable to attend the LAN event because, he's studying in the US, he's going abroad. And there's not much we can do about it. I mean, the man's life is important. So, again, that's enough anyway. Just before I say bye-bye, though, I just want to take a moment of your time again to mention the people who make all of this happen. I mean, I'm serious, guys. The reason, the driving force, the fuel behind esports coming to you guys every day at 6:30 p.m. The ESL India Premiership is possible because of people over at Omen by HP, Zoe by BenQ, and HyperX. And I'd like to mention us as well. It's Northern Gaming that's bringing this production to you live every day. And thank you guys for watching. But do stay tuned though. Don't go anywhere. We have some CSGO and then some Dota 2 action coming up. So stay tuned. Bye-bye.
And with that, we do end the Clash Royale game for today. It's going to be Mrin securing that win in the 5th game and placing himself a little better position in the leaderboard. He's going to hold strong for now in the Master League, but Jimit has still a few games to play, so he has nothing to worry about. We're going to be back with a lot more games ahead, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. everybody, and welcome to day 11 of the ESL India Premiership, brought to you by Omen, by HP, Zawi, by BenQ, HyperX, and organized by Nodbin Gaming. We are going to head into Counter-Strike next. It's going to be Yalla Esports going up against Nasr Esports. These two teams actually are not from India. That's going to be very interesting to watch. Yalla Esports is based in Dubai. They were formed as an organization in 2016. They already have teams for Hearthstone and Overwatch, and they are recently formed their team for Counter-Strike. Actually, if you think about it, ESL is their first tournament that they are playing as a team in Counter-Strike. They did enter the ESL India Premiership in the summer phase, and they did perform really well. They did bag a good finish and enter into the Masters League. They have not really lost a game till now, but as they entered into the Masters League, they played against Team Scorchers in their first game and faced their first loss. So the winning streak has come to an end for Yalla Esports as they've entered the Masters League. Meanwhile, on Nasr Esports, they are a team based in the UAE. They've been performing exceedingly well in the ESL India Premiership, and they have to, because they're basically, what I found out today was that Nasr Gaming are among the top 20 teams in Southeast Asia. So they are among the top, I think they're 11th or 12th in the Counter-Strike section by HLTV. So that is pretty insane for themselves. They haven't faced a loss, so this is going to be pretty much Yalla's place where they got to prove their dominance and come out on the forefront. So these two teams are going to face off each other for the first time in the September phase of the fall season. This is Yalla's second game. So let's see how they're going to perform against the dominating team of Nasr as we head into game 2 with our casters from So Strong, Sudeen Blair. So let's get into game 2, and I will see you all really shortly.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
I'm gonna be a prima donna bitch today.
I'm mad, don't
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going live here with Nasr Esports versus Yalla Esports. This is gonna be fun. It's an all-Emirati affair. I'm not really sure if Yalla are from the UAE. Yeah, they are from the UAE. My bad. My bad. There's gonna be Carry Bob just waltzing out, crossing over mid, the double nade. Okay then. All right then. Yalla completely dismembering Carry Bob with the double nade. I'm not too sure if that's an anti-strat. And Havoc, I think he's feeling a little wary about this. Spots out one player. Flashbang is actually going to blind the teammates. And Havoc trying to find something, but Peps will end him. Peps finds another kill, and just like that, 2v4. And they have control of the bomb side as well. Breaker's going to be alone. They have the smoke as well. And this is Yalla reading Risky very, very well, almost like a textbook. They seem to have an idea of how Risky like playing their Inferno CD side. And this is a very good counter coming out. The double P comes in. Pep's going to find Breaker. That's a triple kill for him. And Nami's going to be left alone. He's got a kit. He's got armor and a smoke, but that's all he has to work with. Bomb down in a 1v4. Highly unlikely he'll be able to do much. Spots at Slice, jumping, and Slice is trying to get some RNG going his way. Joker will end Nami, and that's a very nice round from Yalla Esports. Completely, perfectly countering Nasr. Double nade towards apartments, completely destroys Carry Bob. And then the late peak, like, not that late, like some 20, 30 seconds in, catching Havoc off guard, completely dismembering them over in the B-bomb side. Great round coming in, primarily from Peps picking up the triple kill there. And of course, the force buy is going to coming from Nasr. But for Nasr, I mean, I'm sure Nasr played Yalla in the past, but this could be a slight little wake-up call for Nasr that, hey, we're not playing against the usual Indian teams today. It's our countrymen. This is interesting. This is a little bit of a nice switch-up. And I've personally been looking forward to this game all day. The second I found out that I'm going to be watching these two teams playing against each other. Force buy. Caribob, Havoc, Breaker, and Kit Kat. A multitude of CZs and one Desert Eagle. And the scout will be taken down. That was Nami. He does have Caribob nearby. CZ, but the timing is perfect from Joker. He's going to come down to Havoc with the Deagle. He's not going to find anything. Joker picking up a double kill. Money in the bank. And now Breaker and Kit Kat. They have a lot of work to do. And the smoke's in place. And Yalla playing this very, very methodically. Breaker waiting patiently. The bomb is wrapping around from apartments. Still a distance away. Still not planted yet. And Slice. He gets a kill. Kit Kat does reply back. But it's a 1v5. Now 1v4. And they know exactly where he is. And he has just 6 bullets remain. It is clip to take this duel. And Lele. It's like Moe and Michael Lele's love child. He better start opping. I'm looking forward to op. I mean, you know, Michael Lele, Moe, both known to be oppers. There's also Moe CQ from South Africa, not South Africa, from Australia. Fun chap. It's gonna be force. It's gonna be a full eco here coming in. Fall flash, laying in wait, but the push is gonna be coming in, and the Mac 10 is gonna grind through them. Slice picks up 2, and they're all dead in a matter of a few seconds, in a matter of a few heartbeats. And Yalla, solid opening this particular game. Nasr just got 2 kills in 3 rounds. And bear in mind, Yalla, it's on a T-side Inferno, right? And we have so much money, I don't even know where that shotgun dropped from. Question is, are they going to stick around with the Mag-10 and the UMPs? The answer is yes. They're going to be. It's kind of like a bonus round, whatever kills they can get here. And they managed to pull off the upset and win this round with the weapons they have. I mean, that's huge. There's a lot of money in the bank. Extra money in the bank because they're already rich as hell right now. The buy from Nasr. A lot of investment in rifles. This is interesting, the fact that I've gone for so many rifles and such less utility. It's such a fast play coming out towards B. It's going to be Joker finding Kit Kat, Breaker needing to wants to pick up the gun, but he might be a little too late. He's trapped in the corner, and it's going to be Slice who finds a kill. And in the flashbang, in the chaos, Breaker finds 2 kills, and he will make his escape, but he's so very low. I'm not too sure why he's re-peeking up, but he still gets another kill. And Hover looking for more peps to finally shut him down. Nami's there for the quick trade. All is very low indeed. And that was just Breaker. I don't know how he got 3 kills. 1 kill, fine. The second one's a great frag as well. I think that was held up by the... Was it a team flash or was it a flash from Nami? I'm not too sure. But Breaker doing good work. But Moilele doesn't have the bomb. Spots out Havoc. I don't think Havoc is aware of this, and he's going to come charging in. Gets 1 kill, doesn't know there's another guy in the site. And that is going to be Caribob, who will end him. As Nasr get the first round on board. Heavy casualties taken, however. 2 rifles survive. And for Yalla, and they'll have all the money in the world to go for whatever buy they want. A relatively pretty new team, Yalla. Like, you know, obviously I've been following the Middle Eastern scene for a while, and usually it's just been risky, and then RVN at times. We have Spotnet over in Lebanon, where what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. God damn it. Issa has been picked up by Hellraiser, so that's pretty cool from Spotnet. But they're more, you know, when it comes to Lebanon and Jordan, I think they more fall into Europe because they mostly play in European servers. I really wouldn't call them Middle Eastern. Like, Risky are pure Middle Eastern. Like, they struggle over here. In the meantime, action over in Banana. Kit Kat can find 2 here, but Slice at 4 HP. Trying to stay alive for as long as possible. The flashbang is going to go up, and he's blinded, but he still gets to kill Slice walking out in the open. Peps gets to trade, but it's now a 3v2 man advantage for Nasr. Bomb still to make its way over to B. And Peps trying to clear out the angles, clearing out sandbags. Have Nami. He does have backup close by. Havoc ready to rotate over to B. if he will be needed. Now, it's all about timing. Will they walk in while Nami is rotating over to coils? Or, well, coffins, as it's now called. I need to change my call-outs. And Nami, great spray there. Finds both the kills. I thought he probably wouldn't get the second one. Probably might run out of bullets, but he will get it. And there's going to be a second round of board for Nasr. Yalla can still go for the buy if they do wish to. Although, ideally, they should just be going for the pistols and armor. And we do have a pause getting called here by Yalla Esports. Tactical pause. Interesting. The thing about Yalla, like I was talking about the Middle Eastern teams, you have RBN, you have Nasr, you have this mixed team. You know, it's always a new team centered around Kikatriz, who plays from Dubai. You know, he keeps making this mixed teams all the time. So apart from these three teams, I haven't really seen much, like many teams really impress me or really make a mark, to be honest. Forget impressing me, who really not achieved much in the recent past. And Yalla just come kind of out of nowhere, and they've done some damage. So very close games against RBN. And I think Nasr are kind of the final boss of the region. Nasr Esports are kind of like the final boss in the entire South Asia right now. They did take down Signature as well, I think a couple of days back, to qualify for the Zen APAC League, which is pretty cool as well. Finally, these guys getting to see some action. And that's the one thing I've always felt bad about Nasr or Risky Gaming and RB, and the guys based in Dubai, that thereabouts, right? They don't ping well to Europe, like some of the guys from Jordan or Lebanon, like the Spotnet guys. They don't ping well to Southeast Asia. Although you do see some of these players playing in So Strong Next right now, and they do have 80 ping, and they're happy with 80. Usually they get like above like 120, 130 ping. So they get like horrendous ping to like the main places to play, and the only place where they can ping pretty decently would be to India. But unfortunately, you know, the Indian teams, it's kind of like, you know, I don't play MOBAs, but there are these critters you can just kill and farm cash and gold. That's pretty much how most of the Indian teams are for Nasr. I'll be very blunt about it. That's how it is. So I'm pretty happy that teams like Nasr and Yalla, they're coming out. They're qualifying for other events, like I said, Nasr qualifying for Zen Esports, the Zen APAC League, for example. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy for these guys that are actually getting more opportunities now, and getting picked up by Nasr Esports. They were earlier known as Risky, which wasn't really. They were just a bunch of 5 friends calling it Risky and just playing. They weren't paid. Didn't have any boot camp, nothing. And right now, it's great. It's really great to see them having some support, because I've always believed that this team had a lot of potential. Speaking of potential, let's see what Yalla has, and it's going to be Nasr. This is an interesting switch up. Nade just barreling down mid, and it's going to be KitKat with the MP7. Not able to get more than one, though, but in the meantime, have a carry bomb. 2 quick kills, but Peps replies back, and all of a sudden, in all the chaos breaker, he needed to get one more kill, but he gets taken down. Now it's going to be all in Havoc in a 1v2. The bomb is dropped out in the open over at mid, and Havoc just playing mind games. He's just going to bother, not going to bother sitting on top of the bomb or watching over to C4. He's going to be running towards B, where he's going to try and catch him off guard, and they might actually fall for this. Oh no, Yalla reading this very smart. Mind games here. And they're going to outread Mr. Havoc. A lot of time to work with. They're going to get the bomb down. This is such a great read from Yalla. Bomb's going to get planted. Havoc's going to be left wondering, wait, did they just outplay me? Yes, they did, Havoc. Yes, they did. 1v2, bomb down. A lot of time to work with. And Havoc's got a utility. He's got the M4, but health is not that great. He's on 52 points of health. That's might make things a little dicey. Peps has a Molotov to work with, but it is Havoc, and I've seen this guy pull off some of the most ridiculous rounds, at least in this part of the world. Bombs planted deep, right next to Motobox. Finds out Peps. Needs to get a kill here. He's going to find Hover. Now he knows exactly where Pep is, and it's going to be Havoc, and clutches one out. Molotov's going to come out, and Peps gets taken down. But the Molotov, does he have time? Oh no, I don't think he does. Does he? Yes, he does. My bad. I don't have sound. And Havoc clutches it out. Picks up a quad kill as well. And like I said, you can never count this guy out. You can just never count this guy out. That looked almost impossible. They even set up the crossfire. I think the only tiny mistake Yalla made there was Peps could have probably taken the fight there. They both played very passive. Now, Here's the thing. I've had this discussion time and time again with Equitas as well, where we talk about playing it correctly, like play the bomb timer every single time. But sometimes when you play too passively, in your mind it's correct, and theoretically you're right. You're playing it correctly, not showing yourself, ensuring that he's not able to get any information. But if you kind of play too safe, and if you allow the CTs retaking a lot of freedom to work with, it can kind of crumble. Your defense can kind of crumble, and that's exactly what happened there. But taking nothing away from Havoc, he played that almost perfectly. Didn't even have to use any utility either, so pretty nice retake. And in the meantime, Nami opening things up, getting the first kill onto Hover. I'm gonna stick with Hover. And Nami missing an uncharacteristic shot there. You don't really see him miss those tiny little flicks. He's got KitKat playing the anti-strat with a beautiful stat rack howl of his. Nice, playing with the UMP. They're going to flash on out. The flash is going to be perfect, and they're going to check the corner. KitKat's going to get the kill. That's information gleaned. They notice no one playing up close towards Banana right now, and they should be rotating fast. And this should be the tell. This should be the tell for Yalla to make a fast play towards A. But instead, they're going to be falling back. The bomb, it still had to be picked up. That could have been a winner opportunity taken away. That play should have let them know there was just two guys on the A bomb side, and that was an opportunity to make the way in. But now Breaker has made his way. There's a guy on the side that is Havoc, and Caribou playing from pit, and Caribou is a good spot. Spots up. Moe peeks around the corner, finds Joker. Peps to reply back, but it's going to be Caribou. But finds two. He's looking for the third. It's going to be Havoc. He's going to steal it away from him, and that's going to be the round going the way of Nasr Esports. 4-3, and Yalla. Fourth loss bonus. Pistols and armor. As we do see just the light armor and pistol being upgraded. Makes sense, makes complete sense. Just try and inflict as much damage as they can, probably try and get the bomb down. And it's still early days, 43. It's anyone's map right now. Caribou gets spotted out, but he's just going to crouch it or not move. He hasn't budged it. Still holding the line with that AK-47, getting the first kill. And now, Yalla. One by one, they're falling here. Nami's going to find a free kill onto Pepsi. He's going to be looking for more. This is Nami who's speaking of. A guy whose sheer confidence is kind of ridiculous at times. And Breaker, he's just looking to take the fight. One guy remains. And it's sliced at 4 HP with a Desert Eagle. And Havoc is going to end him with a headshot. A little bit of overkill there. But that's okay. 5 rounds from Nasr. Managed to string 5 rounds in a row here. And Yalla, excuse me, with a bye. And we have the AWP in the hands of Joker, the designated opper for the team. Although I'd love to see Moe op. Moe Lele. And Joker has gone for the glass cannon. That's a slightly risky, expensive investment considering how Nasr love their aggression, especially with utility early on. Harry, Bob, and Havoc. Breaker with the boost, cheeky little boost. I'm a little surprised Yalla wasn't expecting that, but usually you go for the pre-fire every time you see that particular smoke. At least initially. Nami boosted up by his teammate, trying to peer over mini wall. Hasn't spotted anyone out. Now, this angle is good for spotting players out, but I've noticed like I've seen I think a couple of games where players just come crouch walking out towards Banana, and they just kind of like manage to sneak right underneath the crosshair of the offer, so it's a pretty risky angle. Havoc in the meantime, he doesn't care. He's going to get the kill. Slash is going to fall towards Boiler. Look at the damage being inflicted on Yalla. They are so very low. Nami trying to find something over Banana, but there's no one there. The play is going to be coming in towards 32 seconds. They got to go for a play, and look at how low they are. This looks looking a little painful. Caribou and Breaker The set and running carry bop. The flashbang is going to pop. It's so perfect. The timing is pristine. He's going to find one. Finds two. He's looking for more. Gets the third kill as well. Won't get the fourth kill, but that's okay. Havoc is there to get the trade. And Peps will find just one kill for his team as Nasr make it to 6 rounds in a row. Yalla. Max loss bonus kicking in, but bomb not getting planted and barely getting any kills means that they will have to go for pistols and armor. They decided to just force it up. Shit, they really shouldn't be going for it, to be honest. This is interesting. Dual op setup. Confidence coming in from Nasr Esports. And Havoc and carry pop, they're just pushing in, getting the kills. Kit Kat finds one as well. The ops are not getting anything, but that's okay when your riflers are doing so much damage. Moe, Tech 9 is perfect timing. He's hunting him down. He misses all his shots. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Havoc will save his teammate, and that is going to be round number 7 for Nasr. As we do have another attack timeout getting called by Yalla. About time. They had some the pistol run was solid. That was just a beautiful anti-strat. In my opinion, I think it was an anti-strat. They seem to read Nasr perfectly. Good anti-ecos, but it's struggling a bit in the gun rounds here. 7 rounds for Nasr in a row. They've kind of shaken off that 0-3 start from Yalla. And now just putting a stamp of authority. And the money is starting to look really, really good as well. As we do see Yalla. Gone for the buy, obviously, because it was a forced pistol buy earlier. However, what are they going to do? They really don't seem to have an answer for Nasr's aggression. And I think with Nasr, the difference between Nasr's CD side and some of the other Asian teams is it's not much of like, you know, carpet bombing like how VG Gaming does it or Flash Gaming does it over Banana over in mid. It's more about a trade game. The buddy system is really, really strong, and they're not too varied either in the way they go about a CD side. Yeah, sure, they might just rush in mid once in a round, or once in a while they might just push out towards. They might just push towards apartments once in a while, but they're not as dynamic as some of the other Asian teams. But the buddy system is really, really solid. And also, like, it's hard to really judge Nasr sometimes because they usually play against most of the Indian teams where, I'll be honest, they usually play with no respect, a very no-respect style where just pure on balls out aggression. So, and that's more of the games I see. But if you look at the other games, when they play against Signature, or when they play against Signature recently, when they play against some of the other Southeast Asian or the Asian teams, they're a very different beast altogether. The structure is much more different, much more controlled, much more. I wouldn't say not confident, just still very confident, but it's less free-flowing than the way they go about things, which is why I was looking forward to this game, to see how they're going to face against Yalla. You can see they're not exactly running out, you know, with no utility like they used to do against a couple of other Indian teams I've seen in the past. And the flashbang is good, and Joker with a beautiful shot finds Breaker. That's one op down as Kit Kat completely whiffs that flashbang, and he's going to blind himself. Luckily, no one's going to aggress out. He's going to still have Banana control in his hands. Yalla trying to get something done this round. Man advantage. Kit Kat is all alone towards Banana. Thing is, Yalla going to take advantage of this. 52 seconds, and they have the time to work with. Bombs will drop over near T-slope, making a lot of noise. They're trying to force someone to rotate out from A, and that's going to be Havoc or his Z. No, the smoke's going to come in. They waited a bit longer. Havoc would have rotated. He's still going to rotate anyways. But towards... Yeah, he's going to go towards B. where the bomb is not making its way towards B. It's going to be making its way towards A, where the 3 players waiting. So it's going to come down to hover, and Peps will try and sell this convincingly. Are they going to sell this question? They're tossing in the smoke, they're tossing a flashbang, but they're not going to be committing their players there. I mean, when they have a one-man advantage, I think it's worthwhile to send a guy there, and Caribou completely whiffing that Molotov. But Nami picks up a double. What? And now Caribou trying to stay alive, but Nami misses one. Is looking for more. Spots out a guy at the edge, but Hover will finally take him down. In a 2v3, man advantage for Yalla. They get the bomb done in the nick of time, but it is Havoc. And it is KitKat. They got 2 kits. They have a flashbang to work with. And Nami, the collateral kill for a second there. It looked very scary if you get another frag. Havoc going to boost up his teammate. Try to spot someone over the smoke. Flashbang comes out. He knows where one player is. He knows there's a player towards pit. He knows there's a player in the site. He doesn't know where the third player is, but there's a guy out in the open. It's going to be Hover. He's going to find one. He needs to find 2 more. Havoc spots out Slice, goes for the spray, switches over to another M4. He's looking for more, but Slice is going to peek out at perfect timing. Gets the kill. And it's going to be Yalla finally getting around after 7 rounds. This is the first gun round they've won against Nasr's buy. And for Nasr, they have oodles of money to work with. Double upset is going to come out again. And I'm curious to see if there's going to be a little bit of a switch up from the city side here. The Breaker got taken down towards old Car and Banana. Nami as well. Trying his best, missing a couple of crucial kills over in the side, but great job getting the collateral. And now Yalla can they string a couple more rounds together here in this half. Nami switching things up with Breaker. He's going to play towards Banana this time. Breaker from quads. And Havoc. Smoke in hand. Talking to his teammates. Havoc. Trying to spot someone out. He's the it's kind of really hard playing the rotator role, because many times I've seen many Indian teams especially make this mistake where I think one team which makes this mistake time and time again on Inferno is Eternal Esports, where they seem so non-committal. Sometimes it's best to just commit to a site, it's fine, and then go for the retake later. Yeah, just go for the retake instead of just being stuck in the middle of nowhere while the teammates need some help. And Nami, the flashback is perfect. He will, however, be helped out by his teammate, Havoc. And Nami, going to re-pick out again. They're out of utility here. They have one flash again. They still have one flash. 28 seconds. I mean, gotta grow a pair and try and just commit here, or at least find something. 23 seconds. You got to go for a play. Bomb's making his way towards B, and Nami is holding a very ballsy angle. He's gonna. Oh, misses the first shot. Still there, and he's gonna get. He gets a kill though into Hover before he gets taken by Joker. And now Havoc. He's gonna try and play distraction as much as possible because his teammate is gonna get pressurized. It's gonna be KitKat, finds one, looking for more. Almost shooting his teammate across fire. Oh no, the flash! Everyone's blind. Everyone's blind. The Slice picks up 2 in the chaos, but there's no time remaining. And Breaker will find Slice. I'm not too sure if Slice got taken down after the time. Yep, he did. He died after the timer, so he just has whatever money he had from a previous round. That is unfortunate. He just died the second the timer expired. 8-4 for Nasr, and it's not just about winning another round, it's the fact that they've broken Yalla's money is going to be a problem for Joker and his men at the moment. Breaker, Nami, and Caribou finds the opening kill. And he's going to find another one. Actually, it's going to be KitKat's going to get another kill. I always get confused with KitKat and Caribou. And they're just running it through the smoke. Okay. Peps. Calm down. Caribou destroys a player. And Nami and Breaker, the 2 ops chime in unison. And that is going to be round number 4 for Nasr Esports. A very convincing round. And they had gone for the force buy. To be honest, like at that point, it made sense to go for the force buy. But they got completely destroyed. And now, Nasr. It looked interesting at the beginning, I won't lie. Yalla's that pistol round was phenomenally well played. It was very, very clean indeed. But then Nasr just looking a little indomitable at the moment. Helped out, of course, by Havoc as well with the 1v2 clutch. This could have been a closer scoreline, by the way. This could have been I don't know, a 7-6 scoreline right now. And the fast play towards B. The Molotov's going to keep them at bay. Nami with a beautiful little flick of the wrist finds Hover. And they're all a little bit of a troubled spot here. Rotation already in place, and it's going to be Carabao over mid. Blinded. It still gets a kill on a Joker. And now they're all separated, they're segregated. And I think Moe got spotted out there. Maybe not. Carabao immediately jumping out over. And this is a great spot. This is a very good spot from Carabao, ensuring that he has all the angles covered, all the avenues for Nasr to make the way. And Nami's going to get another kill. And Moe Lele wondering, how did this all go wrong? Picks up an M4. 6 HP. Nate is... Was it a flash? No. How is he still alive? How is he alive? How is he alive? I don't know. But Breaker. He's a breaker of spirits. He will end him. And that is going to be round number 10 for Nasr. Final round of the first half. The buy is going to come in for Yalla. Third round loss bonus. That is a little bit to work with. AKs. Actually, pretty decent amount of money to work with. Joker's going to unfortunately be stuck with the CZ and some utility. But 4 AKs, decent sum of utility. A lot of Molotovs being purchased. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with these mollies. And Moe, Lele, and Hover have been a little quiet, though. In terms of fragging department. But still 4 rounds, T-side. Still something to work with. I'm trying to be a little optimistic here. Nami running it through the flames. Thinking he is Daenerys. Unfortunately, he looks himself in the mirror and realizes he is a man. Not a fictional character. And he survives on 31 HP. Taking some second-degree burns in the lower part of his body. Burns hurt, by the way. Burns are painful. Don't play with fire. As Yalla gathering up for this A hit, all 5 members are... They're going to try and sell it. They're going to try and sell it. All the top is perfect. Again, the counter nade usage is great from Nasr and Breakers there. Flashbang is going to be good. He's not going to take the shot, though. He's going to re-peek out. Yes, of course he's going to re-peek out. He gets a kill. He's going to looking for more. He misses the shot. A little bit of shake of a crosshair there. And now it's going to come to KitKat. He's got to stop this play. Flashbang's going to come out, and he's going to get taken down. And Joker finds another kill as well. They're just falling like pins here. Nami and Havoc left. It's a final round. There's no saving. You just might as well go for it. But might be the 5th round for Yalla, which is something that desperately needed. Nami with the flash for his captain. And Havoc's going to push in. The flash did work out, but there's a guy right above him. He won't be expecting a player at the edge. No, he does spot him out. The flashbang works out, but Joker's going to get the quick trade. And it's all on a Nami in a 1v3 up in hand. I've seen him pull off some of the most ridiculous clutches ever, but it's going to be impossible for him this time around. Slice will slice his head off with that AK-47. It's going to be 10-5 for Nasr as we go into the second half of what's been a pretty interesting game, to be honest. As we go into the second half, let's see. Nasr, okay, this interesting. Nades, flashes, smokes, Carabao and Breaker have purchased a lot of utility. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this. I'll stick with these two. And Yalla with the 4-man stack at Banana. Okay, that is the nades are going to pour in. And Carabao, he gets a little bit of revenge onto Yalla with the double nade. And A-bombs and it's empty. Oh, the gamble, it has not worked out. All of the remaining of the CTs are stuck in B. I really like what Yalla did there. There was a very classic 1.6 strat where you send in a player, a couple of players towards Banana, and they die, and you allow the T's to think that B bomb side is empty, but they're actually camping inside the B bomb side. Unfortunately, it did not work out. And now it's a 5v3. They're tapping through the smoke, trying to find something. They have no kits to work with either. Slice does find Nami. Peps finds Breaker. Are they going to be playing it too passively? No, they're going to strike as one, and Peps trying to find something. He will be caught reloading. Have a KitKat and Carabao get a kill apiece. Almost a team ace there. Apart from Nami not getting a single kill. So 11-5. Nasr winning that very convincingly. And a very fast execute. Havoc sitting pretty in 16 kills. 13 frags apiece for Nami and Carabao. 11 for KitKat. And Breaker hasn't had to do much. 9 kills for him, but 7 assists. 7 assists for KitKat as well. I would really love to see more detailed stats like flash assists and smoke assists and nade assists coming out rather than just, you know, random damage. But then again, for that to happen, we need for Valve to give at least the tiniest of a shit about this game. I've lost hope, to be honest. But then it's still a fun game. I still play it. I still love it. In the meantime, Havoc with the sole AK-47 for his team. 3 umps. The Kit Kat, who should be going on a fact-finding mission. He is gonna be Indiana Jones. Mr. Jones, rattling off bullets through the unknown, trying to find something. Triple man stack over in B. Unfortunately for them, no one is making the way there. Instead, the action is going to be taking place towards A, where Moe Lele with the 5-7 will be spotted out. He does a lot of damage, and he does manage to win the duel against Carry Bob. He's looking for more, but they're wrapping around Peps with the Deagle. Should be careful. He's going to be trapped. Oh, no. Timing is bad, but he still gets a kill before he gets taken down. And Moe trying to find something, but he will be taken down as well. It's 3v3 done. They've inflicted a lot of damage, and Havoc is internally bleeding on 18 HP. He's going to swap for the AK for the UMP, giving it over to Breaker, who has the AK. Playing towards Motorbox, and this is a rough post plan. This is a very rough post plan. Breaker, he makes his way to safety. He's going to get taken down from above by Joker, and now one man stays alive. Kit Kat, can he do more? The Mountain's going to come out as drive-bys. His shooting is dancing around, but Joker's going to get the kill. And yep, I think he does. He have the time for the defuse. I think he does want to get it, yeah. He does get to defuse, and it's going to be Yalla winning a very crucial round. He picks up the AK-47 as well. And Nasr are going to be left a little fuming there. They walked into 2 players in the A-bomb site. And they just took too much damage from Moe. And Slice as well. Sorry, Peps as well. I didn't think he would he'd get that kill with the Deagle, which he managed to do so. In the meantime, Nasr have, of course, gone for a light buy. Apart from Havoc has invested pretty much everything. They're going to be hitting towards B. They don't have enough utility to really go for fakes and whatnot. Breaker, lining up the smoke. Paranoid. That Caesar takes forever. It takes forever to equip, which is a good thing, because once upon a time it was OP as hell. You have an op and it's easy, you're pretty much set. I've actually not seen that smoke from that position. Breaker finds Pep. Slice does get a kill. And now this is looking rough. Moe alone in the side. They're going to get egoed. Oh, no. Hover and Joker have a lot of work to do. Flash is going to be very fast retake, but Bomb's going to get planted. Breaker's going to peek at the perfect time. That is picture perfect. And Joker's going to be left alone in a 1v4. And he will be hunted down by Breaker, who is not stopping. This guy is destroyer of men. Picks up 3 kills. 2 with a CZ and 1 with the AK picked up. And Nasr, they're back in the driving seat again. It wasn't even a full force buy. It was just upgraded pistols. They had some money for the next round as well. And they keep 4 guys alive. I mean, what more do you want? And Nasr, whatever slight little glimmer of hope Yalla might have seen, being broken by Mr. Breaker. They've gone for the force buy, apart from Slice, who has not invested anything. I'm not a big fan of these sort of buys. I mean, this is a very crucial force buy, by the way. It's not like you have the luxury of rounds to work with. And you might as well force buy along with the team to try and maximize your chances of trying to win the round, which is not happening here. But then again, Joker gets a kill on the Breaker. So that's there. It's just a UMP lost, however. Like, when you go for second round force buys, it makes complete sense. It's really, really hard as it is to win these force buys, especially when you don't have the, all your players going for the force buy together. So, second round, it makes sense if you want to go for an op buy. You see Opera's usually not going for it, and Joker's going to peek around the corner. Fade away nade from Kit Kat, and that is gonna not do much damage. Joker's gonna march up, but Kit Kat with a beautiful shot. And that's gonna be the call to make the way towards B. There's still a guy in the side though. It's gonna be Hover. Deagle in hand finds 1 kill. He needs to find more. It is a 3v3. But can he stay alive is the question. Spots out Havoc. There's a big gap in the smoke, but the resmoke's going to help him out. He's trying to stay alive for as long as possible. He gets killed, and Havoc is looking for more, but he's going to have to go for the reload. It's going to be carried. But gets taken out. Pep to the rescue. Nami left alone in a 1v2. How did Hover get 2 kills? I don't even. 10 seconds. There's no time. He just got to go for this. YOLOing in. 4 seconds. He spots out one player. Doesn't know where the other one is, and Peps is going to end him. And that is going to be Yalla winning the force buy. What is going on? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're back in the game here. A little bit of technical issue for production. It happens. It's India. It's internet issues. I feel them. They feel me. We all feel each other, and not in that way. As Joker, a bit of an off angle here. Carry ball. Trying to find something. There's a hint of a gap. Pretty big gap, in fact. It's not even a hint of gap, there's a massive gap. KitKat's gonna be pushed back, then Molotov, and he's just gonna push it. KitKat! You madman! He does get taken down though. Joker landing the tag and Hover finishing him off, but he's taken so much damage. And Breaker and Nami in the meantime have opened up the A bomb site. Moilele all alone. He's got to go big. He's got to find Breaker. Yes, he does. And Incendiary is somehow going to allow him to stay alive for a few more seconds. But he is getting hunted down, and he's all alone by his lonesome. He needs to find more, and he's going to find more indeed. He's going to find Havoc. He's looking for more. There's nowhere to shoot at. In the chaos, he will be lost. The bomb is going to get picked up, and it's going to come down to Joker, who is so very blind and so lucky to stay alive at 5 HP there. I was sure Nami would take the shot. Great counter flashes coming out from Nasr. And now Nami and Caribop, 2v2, bomb down. And Yalla, not exactly the best of guns to work with. It's going to come down to Hover to do a lot of work here. And I like what they're doing. Slowly creeping up towards quads. Caribop should have an inkling. There's no one there. Flashbang for Nami to clear it out. He doesn't spot anyone out. He catches on Joker just as he's about to enter in. Hover is going to get the kill. It's all in Caribop, who just holds the left click. And he's going to win the round for his team. It picks up an op as well to drop over to Nami. It's going to be 13-9 for Nasr. Coming down to the wire. Joker opening things up, however, he gets the kill. However, KitKat's pretty close here, and this is a very, very interesting buy. Joker did have some extra cash. He went for that off buy. Pretty expensive investment. Hope it works out for them. They have got the first kill, though, and they would be looking to retrieve that gun. However, KitKat is going to be holding the line, not shoring. No one comes in. Joker still with the AWP. He's going to be falling back. Hover's got the CZ in hand. He's just going to be hugging the sandbags. And they're going to be creeping out. They're going to check the corner. Are they going to check the corner? Are they going to check the corner? Flashman's going to come on. No, they're not going to check the corner. CZ doing so much work, but he's going to get taken down in all the chaos. Joker peeks out and gets another kill. Oh, Nasr, that is such a basic little mistake there. But Breaker, 1v4. What can he do? Bomb's down. Walking in through the smoke. Slice. Oh, no. Breaker. He misses the first shot, but he does manage to recover. Makes his escape as well. 1v3 now. But they're going to hunt him down. He finds... Oh, no. Legs, Molly. But Peps will take his teammate down, and the round will be done. Yalla's going to win it just because of that one AWP and that CZ. Hover not getting spotted out. That's such a big mistake from Nasr. Really shouldn't have happened. And that's going to break Nasr's economy again. And once again, Breaker always investing in a little bit more than the rest of his teammates. He's gone for a couple of flashbangs. And a fast play towards mid, but look who's behind them. It's going to be Hover just running in. Knife out, switching over to the M4. He's going to find one. Should get the second kill as well. They're just running through the flames like complete, utter maniacs. And it's going to be Peps is going to pick up the remainder of the frags. 13-11. I don't know how Yalla reaches here so far. And for Nasr, the force buy is going to come out. Are they going to just force themselves into oblivion is the question here. Joker trying to find something over in Banana, but the action's going to be taking place over at A, where we have Risky already lining up their smokes. They don't have much utilities, they just have to commit here. It's again going to come down to Moe. Double flashes, counter flashes, raiding it. They're all blind. And oh, what? Havoc just sits out right in front of Moe, and yet he still manages to win the duel. And now Peps is isolated from the bomb side. Bomb is going to get planted, and there's Blitzkrieg from Nasr taking a page out of the book of the Desert Fox, and it works out perfectly. Breaker's going to pick up a double, and Hover's going to be left alone in a 1v4. Nothing he can do is KitKat. It will decapitate him. They managed to upgrade his UMPs to rifles as well, 14-11, and Yalla's money is not too shabby, to be honest. He can actually go for a pretty decent buy. Slice is the only guy who's kind of broke. $7,800 to Joker. He can go for an all buy if he wants to. The rest of them above $4,000, so they can all go for M4s and armor. This is pretty much do or die. If it loses round, the money is going to be non-existent. And the nade is going to take a chunk out of Joker. That has got to hurt. It's going to rattle a few shots, trying to find something. Can Hover and Joker pull off some magic once again? Flashbang for Hover. He's not going to take advantage of it. The smoke's going to dissipate. 3 players waiting for them. Joker is going to peek out wide. Nami's there holding the angle as well, daring him to peek out, and he's going to read it to perfection. Gets the kill. Hover is going to be hugging the wall. Is he going to get the kill? Yes, he is, but a quick trade comes in as a B-bomb set completed, bereft of any counter-terrorist presence. Are they going to commit, though? No, they're not. Havoc is playing 4-dimensional chess here, forcing them to rotate towards A, and now the smoke's going to be coming in towards... Sorry, forcing them to rotate out of A, and then smokes towards A, and now they're going to be going towards B. Breaker's going to get the kill onto the player over in quads, and Slice is going to be thinking, oh no, they're coming towards A, but they're actually going towards B, where Peps is still with the M4s. This could actually fall apart if they're not careful. Havoc and Nami. Nami gets spotted out. It's all going to come down to Havoc. If he gets taken down here, Peps could very well save this round for his team member. He's going to fall back 28 seconds. He's isolated. He's getting hunted down, but he doesn't check his corner. Brig is going to get the kill. That's map point, ladies and gents. Map and match point for Nasr. 15-11 will be the scoreline, and Slice, all he can do right now is pick up a gun and hold on to it for dear life for the next round, which they're going to need whatever they can pick up from this round because their money is broke. It's as broke as broke can be. If you look at the cash, yeah, there are many words I can use here, which I can use live on stream, but many rude words. I'm just going to say that they are wrecked, money-wise. Joker's going to be on $2,300, $24 for Peps, $2,300 for Hover, and $2,000 for Slice. Slice does have the armor and the M4, so that's there. Moe is going to be just on $1,950. I don't know, I get a small little joy when I just do the math and it all comes out correct. There we go, 23, 24, 23, and $1,950. Pretty bad in math, so small little joys in life, you know? Small little joys in life. $15-11. The Hail Mary buy comes out. Yump. 5.7 CZ. Desert Eagle. All the pistols on display here for Yalla. And of course the 1M4 and Slice. To be honest, I would give that M4 to Joker or Peps. Peps. To be honest. He's been looking pretty solid. In the meantime, triple man stack over in Banana. Aggression comes out, but it's going to be Breaker and KitKat. They get traded, though. They get traded, and Hover picking up a gun. Falling back. Still going to be holding towards a mini wall. And that's going to force Nasr towards the A-bomb site. Havoc is going to check the corner. Oh, he's going to come pre-firing around the corner. Gets the kill, and now one man stays alive. Slice is going to get smacked in the face by Carry Bob. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the game done and dusted. Hover is going to be left alone. And first, he's got to get past the first line of defense. That is Nami. He's going to peek out again. Of course, he's going to peek out again. It's Nami who's speaking up. Flashback comes out, but it's going to be completely useless. Nami reads it to perfection. 16-11 for the scoreline as Nasr finally closed it out. It looked it looked really it looked kind of one-sided at one point. Then it kind of felt like Yalla were coming back, but then again, it was also because Nasr playing a little bit of some sloppy rounds from Nasr. To be very honest, they didn't really seem to have their head in the game. But in the end, Nasr coming out pretty convincingly in a very convincing fashion. And that's about it. My name is Blair. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow. GG. Well played. Adios.
Alright, and that was one crazy victory coming in there for Nasr Esports. That was a pretty close call actually. I mean, Yalla did seem to bag 11 points for themselves. And it's 16-11 at the end of the day. We do have Nasr who's still going to sit at the dominating position of position 1 in the ESL India Premiership. They haven't really lost a game till now. Yalla, of course, have only played 2 games, so they do have a lot more games ahead of them and they will fight much stronger. They seem to have come back much stronger after yesterday's game. If you have missed some of the games that we have showcased today, or you want to check out more of the ESL India games, you can head out to our ESL India YouTube channel. We have all the streams saved out over there. You can even subscribe to us on YouTube to get a notification when we go live again tomorrow with Counter-Strike. We're having a great time at the ESL India Premiership, and we've got one more game coming up for you all really soon after this short breaks. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. With day 11 of the ESL India Premiership, and it's gonna be the final game of the day. It's gonna be Dota 2 Aggressive 5 going up against Team Genesis. Both these teams have been performing phenomenally well in the September session of the fall season. They haven't really lost a game at all. So this is gonna be a very interesting matchup. Team Genesis is from Malaysia and they are a pretty big powerhouse. They do have a lot of MMR players over there on a very high scale. They are also on the SEA leaderboard of the Dota 2 MMR. So we've got some big boys playing up against Team Aggressive 5. They have been the Indian team. They have a lot of new players. Paddling and Negi have also joined this team, making it a very strong competition for themselves. Team Genesis have already played this tournament and they are sitting at position 1 on the leaderboard, while Aggressive 5 is coming at a close position of 2. So this is going to be a good matchup because both these teams haven't lost a game. It's going to be the first loss for themselves if they do enter into the second phase of the Masters League. So let's head into the game with these two teams, with our casters from AFK Gaming. Nishant Patel is waiting for us and I will see you all shortly after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. My name is Vivek. It's been a break, but we're back with some good old Masters League Dota here for you folks. We got Genesis on the Radiant facing off versus Aggressive 5 on the Dire. Now, I mean, Aggressive 5 will be coming into this game with a whole lot of confidence. They've beaten Signify, and Signify have beaten Genesis. And if that logic applies to Dota, which it rarely does, it's going to indicate a tough competition between both these squads. Genesis opening with the Earthshaker and the Mirana, while Aggressive 5 pick up the Clockwork for Pinkman, I presume. They have run it in the past on 835, but I'm guessing this is what Pinkman's going to be playing. And they pick up the Venomancer. I haven't seen Negi play the Venomancer, but that's not to say he can't. Genesis, they've done the research as well. They banned out the Viper, one of Paddling's go-to heroes. The question is, are they going to let the Necroforce slip through? It's something Aggressive I like to run a lot on Paddling. And why not? They've had a lot of success with that hero, especially when it comes to the mid lane matchups. Somehow Paddling always manages to do well in the mid lane with that hero. And if Aggressive want to, they could probably pick him up, provided it doesn't get banned. It hasn't been banned, actually. Shadow Fiend and Viper being banned out? Yeah, the Shadow Fiend ban makes sense because Aggressive 5 could pick up the Shadow Fiend in conjunction with the Clockwork and get those early souls and get a good start in the mid lane for that Shadow Fiend. It's something they used to do a fair bit when Negi was playing the Shadow Fiend. But this time around, they're not going to pick it up. They're instead just going to go with the Rubik. I like this pickup. Pasol is quite a playmaker on the Rubik. And you also, well, you also have the... I mean, it's a fail-safe, right? Because somebody else could pick up the Rubik and just pick up the Clockwork and throw him out of the cogs. Now you have the Rubik, you have the option of picking up somebody and throwing them into the cogs and into almost certain death. Genesis, they're going to pick up the Lion, one of the few heroes that didn't get any play at TI7. Not a single game where the Lion was picked, but Genesis are going to pick him up anyway. Legion Commander going to be the next pick for Aggressive 5. So it's becoming more and more clear that this Venomancer will be in the 1 or 2 position. I haven't seen E35 play the Legion Commander in a while. It's not one of his usual go-to heroes. But that's not to say he can't. I mean, he's possibly, if not the best offlaner that India has at this current moment. Next pickup for Genesis, they're going to try and look for someone who can do well in the lane versus the Legion Commander. You might want to pick up a core like the Juggernaut, someone who's self-sufficient with the healing ward, or you could run Mirana in the safe lane as well, and then you have this scary aggressive try of the Mirana, the Earthshaker, and the Lion. Still not clear though whether this is going to be an off-lane Earthshaker. I want to say it's a 4-position Earthshaker. And Genesis will probably look to pick up their off-laner right now. Batrider is not a very good option, considering that press the attack from the Legion Commander immediately dispels the lasso. You've got potential of wombo combos should you want to pick up something like the Darkseer and run it in conjunction with that Earthshaker, Vacuum into Echo Slam. A lot of units and a lot of slamming for that good old Earthshaker. Genesis taking their time. Okay, and they're going to pick up the Bloodseeker. This is a good game for a Bloodseeker in the sense that a lot of heroes who can ensure that nobody's just going to TP out. I mean, if they get ruptured. Bloodseeker along with the Lion should be able to deal with the Legion Commander in lane as well. And a little bit of AoE coming out from the Earthshaker is going to ensure that units drop fairly low below the thirst threshold, and then Bloodseeker can just do his thing where he runs up and cleans house. Blood Rage plus Finger is also going to really hurt people. You just blood rage target and they're going to take a lot of damage from the finger that bursts them down really quickly. You also got Earthshaker who can set that up from range if need be. So a lot of burst potential coming out from Genesis. Some decent heroes when it comes to pushing towers. And some good high ground defense as well. Nice draft so far coming out from Genesis. Aggressify. Next ban from them. Gonna be the Kunka. Interesting. I mean, I was hoping that Genesis. I'm still hoping that Genesis do ban out the Necroforce, just in case Aggressify decide to pick it up. But instead, they're going to ban out the Temple Assassin. Are we looking at a possible puck in the mid lane for Genesis? It is something they've run a fair bit in the past. They did have that one game where they picked up puck versus the Queen of Pain. And despite that, on paper being a matchup that favored the puck, Crowley completely outskilled Genesis and their puck play in the mid lane with his Queen of Pain. But yeah, that's my only explanation for the TA ban. That Genesis are looking to pick up the puck. But then you wouldn't really ban out the Viper if puck was your mid laner of choice. Unless, of course, it's more a targeted ban at battling. Next pick for Genesis isn't going to... Okay, they're going for the Queen of Pain. So we are looking at an offlane Mirana and an offlane Earthshaker. I got that right. Offlane Earthshaker, 4 position Mirana, or offlane Mirana and 4 position Earthshaker. Like to see Mirana go to the offlane here, honestly. 4 position Miranas can be really underwhelming, while an offlane Mirana who gets off to a reasonably good start can output some serious damage by the 20-30 minute mark. Aggressive 5 here. They're looking for what should be another core versus the Quap in the mid lane. Now, they have run the Necroforce in the past versus the Queen of Pain. But one thing that's worth noting is that the Necroforce takes around 25% increased magical damage when he pops the Ghost Shroud. And there's just so many sources of magic burst damage coming out from the side of Genesis that I'm really not sure if Necroforce is really the best pickup here for Aggressive 5. I know it's a comfort pick, but I'd like to see Aggressive 5 switch things up, at least in this match. Well, they don't have much time. Have Aggressive 5 disconnected? Okay. There you go. Gonna be a Weaver. Huh. So it's gonna be paddling going to the mid lane with the Necroforce, and then you got Negi on the Weaver. It's a good game for him to build a Lincoln Sphere, but it also isn't the best game to be a Weaver. I mean, you got Fisher into Bloodright. You got Lion, who's got multiple options of breaking your Lincoln Sphere, your spell block with the Lincoln Sphere. You've also got the possibility of an arrow, and just the Queen of Pain who can burst you down. So Negi needs items as soon as possible to just stay alive in these team fights. I'm also presuming battling goes to something like a early hood on the Venomancer. But is the hood even going to be enough? I mean, Sonic Wave is pure. If I'm not mistaken, Rupture is pure damage as well. Okay, the game's underway, and so is the customary pause. But that's going to give me a little bit of time to just run through the lineups. For the side of Genesis, we've got DCRE, that's disconnect, reconnect on the line, I presume. We've got Mirana going to be handled by Mercury, Queen of Pain in the hands of Ollie, the drafter. March going to be playing the Bloodseeker, and that leaves us with Dali Dri on the Earthshaker. On the other side of the river, for aggressive 5, we've got the Captain Pasol going to be playing his trademark Rubik. Pinkman going to be handling his signature Clockwork Weaver in the hands of Negi. Venomancer going to be played by Paddling. And that leaves us with 835 going to the off lane with the Legion Commander. A35 starting out with a whole lot of consumables. He's also going to be hoping to pick up an early magic stick soon just to hang around in lane. It does seem to be the off-lane Mirana and the 4 position Earthshaker, which I'm in favor of. Mercury in that lane versus a Clockwork, Weaver, and a Rubik. Should be fine once he hits level 2 and decides to put a skill point into the leap. Okay, we're good to go. Genesis even sharing their Discord link in all chat. Pikmin TPs to the mid lane, drops that ward. A defensive ward nonetheless, but it might give him information of the enemy 4 position coming to drop the ward in the mid lane. So let's see up the cliff. Yeah, it does. Pasol, Negi paddling along with Pinkman group up. Early smoke, going to contest the rune. Genesis seem to know what's going on. It's also interesting that Aggressifier are running the Legion in the safe lane and they're running in aggressive Triosauts. All of them holding on to the skill point. Pasol just put it into the telekinesis straight away. Genesis being rather defensive, yeah. I mean, this ward does give them a little bit of information that everybody is missing from the top rune, especially the safe lane. And that's allowed them to dodge this gang. Good stuff coming out from Genesis here. They are moving slowly though towards their rune. Earthshaker might just be the sacrificial lamb here. They see him, Pasol, not where he needed to be. Saw him again. And now the distance is too much. They're baiting out Pasol. They're trying to catch him out of position this time around. A Fisher could do the trick. Pasol lifts up the line. The Fisher being held on to. Separates Pasol from Pinkman. But Pinkman with the battery is all just running down the line. And Negi with the Sukuchi might just ensure that the line goes down. Well, the line did a lot of the heavy lifting with that early ward. But ultimately ends up going down nonetheless. And first blood goes towards aggressive 5. So does the rune. They're chasing for more. Earthshaker, low on mana, but he's got the boots. It's going to be a little hard for Pasol to catch up to him. And Genesis now have a sense of how the lanes are going to be playing out here. The question is, are they going to switch things up? Okay, I mean, this is unconventional beyond measure. It's an offlane co-op. I mean, it is unconventional, but we have seen squads run it during the TI 7 qualifiers. It was gaining popularity back then, and I'm not too opposed to this. I mean, Queen of Pain does have a GPM talent, but you'd almost always take the cooldown reduction. And all she needs to do is hit 6 and make plays across the map with the Sonic Wave. I mean, in these sort of try-on-try scenarios, vision is going to be so crucial. For now, Aggressive 5 has sort of blocked off the small camp, which is good and sort of important just to make sure that the creep momentum is in their favor. Earthshaker's ditched that safe lane altogether and is trying to make his way towards the mid lane. Venomous Gale does connect. And A35 making life difficult for the Queen of Pain. An early Orb of Venom. Only a assisting him in that department. Paddling does get Fisher blocked, but he's okay. Not too much of a block, really. And a lot of early pressure coming out from aggressive fire. Pinkman even steals the Radiant Bounty rune there. And the stars couldn't be better for him. A regen in the river. I'm going to hold on to it for paddling. Negi. He's put the point in Germinate attack instead of the Swarm. It's going to be nice. And this is not nice. Disconnect, reconnect, lift it up, thrown back. Negi going to dive underneath the tower. The Fate Bolt though secures the kill. An aggressive fire leading 2-0. Within just a couple of minutes, they're going to get away scot-free. No one dies. Paddling's doing quite well in the mid lane. The Precious of the Moon, or the Milana, excuse me, Dota 1 hangover. Keeping up in terms of CS. And jumps over aggressively with the Starstorm and a couple of auto attacks. That is one of the rare times I've seen Paddling get outplayed in the mid lane. Doesn't happen too often. And Negi, I mean, this sort of does happen. Quite a bit with aggressive fire. Yeah, but both cores going down, this is rather costly for aggressive fire. A35 seems to be the only one having a good time in the safe lane. And they see March. Negi's got that point at Swarm as well. Pinkman running in. Could catch one of them with the cogs. March needs to be careful. The battery assault is there. Immediate Fisher to just keep Pinkman away. And Pinkman actually a little fortuitous that he did stay away because there was a lion in the vicinity and that could have all gone horribly wrong for Pinkman. Did he overstep his bounds then? Lion. Just holding on to a smoke. Arrow coming in Pinkman's direction. Actually going for the big neutral. Pinkman's cutting this out. The Radiant even uses scan on top of the Bloodseeker just in case there could be Pinkman nearby under cover of invisibility. Doesn't have too much time to work with. Paddling doing rather well in the mid lane despite that one death. Top lane, Earthshaker. He's got the Fisher and the Enchant Totem. Gets that Enchant Totem hit off. The Fisher keeps A35 exactly where he needs to be. Just gonna run away scot-free. Bottom lane, Swarm, Fate Bolt, Telekinesis, Pinkman running in. He's got the cogs, Negi outside of them. And March cornered, brought down. Dearly missing his supports. Paddling, taking a lot of damage in the mid lane. I mean, this is one of my core problems with the Venomancer, that if you decide to run him as a core, he does need a lot of items to be effective. I'm going to get back to that because Paddling's blocked off. He has no choice other than to fight. He's just missing a little bit of EXP to get the Poison Nova up and going. But this time, he's cornered, surrounded, brought down, and March with that thirst movement speed making a run for it. I have never seen Paddling die so many times in the mid lane. I mean, what's also making a huge difference is the fact that Paddling doesn't have a point in the Plague Wards, which are cheap vision if he does ever see heroes missing across the map. Pinkman's going to break their smoke. Genesis pop a smoke, find nothing, and now they're moving towards the bottom lane. Not sure if Pinkman knew what he did there. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, A35 could possibly be going down here. I mean, Genesis do know that A35 is doing wonderfully well for himself. Mercury makes the rotation. The scream is there. Mercury leaps ahead, press the attack. A second before the arrow, and the Starstorm will ensure the kill. For Soul TP's in, there's not much he can do here. Other than watch over the dead corpse of his off laner. Or safe laner. Genesis still not investing in vision just yet to deal with Negi. Negi going for that early bracer, feels he needs that little bit of strength to stay alive in lane. And he does. I mean, there's so much burst damage that he needs to be worried about here. Dropping down the network charts. Mirana right at the top. And I guess the skills have a huge role to play in that. Bottom lane duel coming up from A35. They got the Earthshaker. Negi's there to chip in with the damage and March. Well, he can just spectate and get run down as well. The overwhelming odds are level 3. A35 drops the sal so that the tower hits do diddly squat to him and scores a double kill. 7 minutes in, A35 rotates and secures a couple of key kills there. One of them being a dual victory. So good start here for A35. Ollie top lane. Being pushed out of the lane by Pinkman. Mercury ahead of paddling and pretty much all the cores on the side of Aggressify by a good 1,000 gold nearly. Scan does manage to clip Pinkman. Pinkman drops the cogs. He's dropping low as well. It's going to be bought down. Genesis and Mercury in particular being extremely active with those early rotations. He's also got a double damage rune, so he's looking for more. Making the long wraparound through the dash line. Sees Pasol. This is so tempting. Pasol, lift him! Come on! I mean, Pasol just stood there and watched for just a fraction of a second. That was enough for Mercury to bring him down. I mean, they're feeding the Mirana left, right, and center. And the question is, what can Mirana do with all that farm? I mean, I've seen a lot of Miranas with the new talents. I mean, they're old talents, but the ones that amplify physical damage. All those talents really help Mirana scale really well into the late game. Pinkman, oh, he's getting close. The TP cancelled, didn't want to go up the cliff. Mercury dropping really low, not going to take down the Fairy Fire. Keeps him alive. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they're chasing for the Earthshaker. Face boots along with press the attack and the overwhelming odds, not enough to close the gap. Paddling, going for the whale, reasonable build up, and it's going to help amplify some of the magic damage coming out from whom really? Not really sure. I mean, the Legion Commander and the Rubik. Bottom lane for Soul, ruptured, blocked with the Fisher. The Scream is there. They're going to leave the kill for the Bloodseeker. This is one of the most action-packed early games I've seen in a while in the ESL in their Premiership. That one-star storm hurts so much. I mean, I've seen Paddling hold on to multiple sets of infused raindrops just within the 10-minute mark. Really hoping that he looks at something like a hood. It's too late for a Midas. Mercury does take the Venomous Gale. The rocket comes flying in from Pinkman. Pinkman chasing for more. Needs to hit 6 as soon as possible. And Earthshaker seems to be getting closer to his level 6 in comparison with Pinkman's Clockwork here. Probably going to hit it with the wave pushing in the mid lane and Mirana making that long base trip. Plague Wards being a nuisance. And it's going to ensure that Paddling stays alive in the mid lane. Pasol and Pinkman smoked up on the hunt. They're moving towards the line, which isn't really a high-value kill. While they end up losing A35 and the Legion Commander by them, all by himself in the off lane now. Pinkman goes in with the battery assault. I mean, this is some gold. This is some EXP, and Aggressify will take what they can get. But I'm not really sure if popping a smoke for a support and not finding an objective to follow that up is the most effective play that the two supports on the side of Aggressify could make, especially when they're losing the tier 1 in the bottom lane. Pasol does TP back in. Paddling low on mana. Not sure if he can make the rotation. The shrine not active either. Pasol also searching for his level 6. A35. Building into that armlet first here. Clockwork. Pinkman, you're really in no man's land. But the ward is going to ensure that he's playing around the Radiant jungle with that vision advantage. March is nearby. Okay. Aggressified just pushing down the Radiant safe lane. While Genesis, well, hoping and prepping for a kill onto the Venomancer here. Ollie, he's hit his level 6. Hell, he's level 9. 10 in fact. I mean, he's leapfrogged ahead of Negi in terms of EXP. That is redonkulous. And Pigman does see the Earthshaker trying to run him down. Got no real backup. A35 quite far away himself. Meanwhile, mid lane, the Rupture is there on a paddling. He's hoping to TP it off. Pasol hanging around. He sidesteps the arrow. The Fisher's there as well. They want to run up the slope. They've got the press the attack. He turns around with the Poison Nova, which did manage to clip the Mirana, but the finger ensures that he falls. March dropping really low. Negi clearing him up. And from the backlines, there is backup on the way. Negi gets a double. Just Sukuchi straight through the line. While Mirana runs straight to a shrine. They came for a Venomancer and they lost 2 cores. Excuse me, 1 core and 2 supports. And they're possibly going to lose their mid-tier 1 tower as well. Aggressify with the beauty of a counterplay. And Bigman's going to fall. Not sure what the plan was. Then straight up to the Radiant Shrine and gifted a freebie. Arrow, mid lane, narrowly misses Negi there. Negi's just going to scurry away like the cockroach he is. March in the top lane. Paddling does sense that he's around and March has gone too deep. His teleport scrolls on cooldown. He's going to turn around with a Rupture, but little does he know that Paddling has backup on the way. It's Negi with the Swarm. March does manage to throw out a Blood Right and didn't get a single creep on the back of that. 10-10 is the score. The network not really favoring anyone. And Pinkman not really connecting on anyone with that hook shot. Arrow comes out from Pasol onto the Lion, who's dropping, but Pinkman is dropping close. And Mercury now unstoppable on the Mirana with that Yasha, with that move speed. It's just going to run down Pasol. The arrow completely whiffed. A35 blocked by the Fisher, forced to run up. Goes in for the duel onto Mercury. The Echo Slam is there, but Pasol's there with the arrow as well. The scream comes in from the Queen of Pain. A35 manages to end the unstoppable streak of the Mirana with the overwhelming odds. Runs down the Earthshaker, gets a double, but might pay with his life as well. He's trying to buy out quickly, buys the Blades of Attack. Ollie, no mana to work with. Did try to thread switch and get that extra mana that she needed on the Queen of Pain, but A35 gets away scot-free, and that's going to bring him his armlet, and that's also going to get him closer and closer to his Blink Dagger. Aggressive Fire holding out in this early game. The mid game, though, is where everything should just start to come together a whole lot better for the side of Genesis. Pinkman finally hits his level 6. I mean, he had it in the previous fight as well. The hookshot just went straight between the legs of both the Genesis heroes there. Negi's getting closer and closer to his Lincoln Sphere. Going to allow him to be a little bit more survivable, but also guessing this is one of those games where he needs a BKB as well. Negi bumps into Queen of Pain at the rune. Ollie's got his Veil of Discord complete. It's going to be really nice when you have someone like an Earthshake on your side. A35 goes in, press the attack. Pinkman did manage to catch out the Lion there. The Lion, though, merely bait for. He turns around with the finger, brings down Pinkman. But A35's got the duel. He's won it as well. He's taken out the Mirana, and Negi's hunting for more. Earthshaker reveals himself, wants to pop the enchant totem, but is brought down either way. The Rupture, though, is along with the Blood Right, controlling A35 for a bit. And the Impale, or excuse me, the Earth Spike ensures that he goes down. March, searching for more. Paddling comes in. The Venomous Gala is going to miss. Negi still undercover. Sukachi just going to run right back. An aggressive 5. Lose the Legion Commander and a long streak. Actually, hold on. Pasol's got Ollie. He lifts him up, throws him right back into the arrow that he stole. And the Swarm's giving them vision. Pasol's even stolen Blink. He's just going to blink forward aggressively. And along with Negi, he's going to secure that kill. And what possibly could be an early tier 1. Pinkman, he's looking for more. He sees both the Bloodseeker as well as Lion, but doesn't have the hook shot. And is going to throw away his life for nothing. What's slightly worrisome for Aggressive 5 is that Paddling right now has pretty much the same set of items as compared to the Queen of Pain, and that was an offlane Queen of Pain. It's not really reassuring to see a mid laner lag behind in terms of farm in comparison to the opponent offlaner. And now he's building into that hood. It's really going to keep him alive a little while longer. I wouldn't be too surprised if he just went in and completed the pipe and went all in. And then maybe followed it up with something like a Hurricane Pike. Or a Lincoln Spear himself. I'm really left wondering as to who's going to be building the Lotus Orb here. At least the Lotus Orb would be good versus all this single target lockdown coming up from the line. And the Rupture as well. Going to dissuade the Bloodseeker from just using it too liberally. Now, you can't use the Lotus Orb to... What the hell? Pinkman wanted the Queen of Pain, but he finds Lion in the trees. Genesis have once again used him as bait, but he's been brought down. Ollie goes in with the Scream, and the Sonic Wave gets the kill onto the Rubik, and Negi falls as well, paddling all by himself in no man's land. He's committed the Poison Nova, but is he really going to find anything in return here? Well, they've lost Pinkman as well. Make that... I think they've lost Pinkman as well. Mercury... He's going to have leap in a couple of seconds. The Fisher's there. Earthshaker's got his blink. Pinkman dropping low. Pops the urn. But the Thirst Vision is there. And Mercury kills him with an auto attack. Aggressive 5 just threw away their lead there. Diving deep into the enemy tier 2 without A35 in the vicinity. It's also questionable as to what A35 was hoping to do in that top lane. I'm not really sure if he did manage to get that tower. I'm not really sure, but it would be nice if he was near his team at that point. Negi needs to be careful. They have detection. The Hex is going to miss, but the Earth Spike won. The Finger's there for good measure, and with the lockdown coming out from the Earthshaker, they bought down Negi. Now, Aggressive I see March trying to farm up what seems to be a Radiance. He's got the Relic already, 20 minutes in. Aggressive 5 smoked up, checking out the bottom lane, and now they're just moving towards the Bloodseeker. March. Pasol with the Arcane Rune. The Blood Rite comes out. Pasol just sidesteps it. The duel is there. The Centaur, confused as to what his role is in the Battle of the Bastards, spectates and run right back. But for all of this, Aggressive I lost that tier 1 in the top lane. They did manage to slow down the Radiance, but not really sure what they're going to do with all the time they bought themselves. It seems to be that the plan for Aggressive I is to just keep pushing. A35 going for the Shadow Blade. I would like to see the Blade Mail first, but maybe he senses that the Shadow Blade is going to allow him to weave in and out of fights. Stolen Blood Rage being dropped on the Siege Wagon by Pasolia. TPs, Moonlight Shadow. Aggressive 5 once again not in this bottom lane as 5. And if Earthshaker could manage to catch one of them off, it could be problematic. The S is gone in, the Echo Slam committed, doesn't do too much. Paddling's got the press the attack. The S dropping low, A35 is there with the dual victory as well. And now they're chasing down the line. A rupture on the Paddling makes him stationary for the time being. A35 has gone too deep. He's got 15 magic stick charges. The Sonic Wave is there along with the Blood right on top. A35 will fall on the backline. Spinkman comes in, but he's being controlled with the Earth Spike. Venomous Gale, Poison Nova, everything being thrown on top of the Queen of Pain. And Mercury controlled in the cogs, brought down by Negi, is left to, well, watch the rest of his team fall. Because the tier 2 is already taken a fall, and Bloodseeker as well as Lion are the only survivors. Aggressive 5 somehow managed to scrape through that fight. And they also claim a tower on the back of it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The good news for Aggressify is that Paddling stayed alive. So that's going to hopefully bring him closer and closer to his next item, which seems to be the Dragon Lance. He's also taken the plus 200 health talent. Going to help him stay alive a little longer. That's all he needs to do really. Stay alive, utilize that poison sting as much as possible, drop as many plague wards, spit that Venomous Gale as often as possible. And A35 scores a solo kill on the Lion. Mirana, who had that wonderful start in the mid lane, is slowly starting to drop in terms of net worth. She's been overtaken by the Weaver. And often I've heard many people complain that Negi is good, but sometimes he just slows down in terms of farm, doesn't get all the items he needs. And this time around, Negi's actually gone ahead of the enemy core in terms of net worth. So he's done rather well for himself. But everybody on the side of Genesis is building Lincoln Spheres. Just to stay alive versus the Legion Commander. And yeah, good to see A35 ditch the idea of the Shadow Blade and go back for the Blade Mail. Earthshaker still got that Echo Slam. I mean, he did manage to team up with the Queen of Pain and score a kill on the Clockwork in the middle of all of that. But he still got the Echo Slam, and Negi needs to be careful. The trap has been set. Queen of Pain in the vicinity with the Sonic Wave. Negi, don't stay near those creeps. Oh, Jesus. They unload everything on top of Negi. Doesn't even get a moment of time lapse. But on the other side of the map, A35 as well as Persoul team up and find a kill on the Queen of Pain. Paddling all by himself, surrounded by a bunch of heroes from the side of Genesis. March does have that Radiance, and the Moonlight Shadow might just help him stay alive. But look at this, A35 at the right place, at the right time with the press the attack. Make sure that Paddling stays alive. The Finger not doing Deadly Squat. And up for Soul in the Earth Spike. They're chasing down March, who's in the trees, but ends up going down to the Poison Nova and the Venomous Gale. You can't die to Poison Nova. A35 did miss him, but Aggressify get a bunch of key kills, and this is going to open up Roshan for them. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Genesis are also going to be making the trip to India for the Dew Arena LAN finale. And I mean, this isn't the confidence with which you want to be coming into a big Indian LAN. Aggressive Fire, they've been playing some phenomenal Dota here today. And it truly excites me that we might have another Indian team to cheer for since the good old Beyond Infinity. Could Aggressify herald a new road for Indian Dota? I mean, with Entity still being an Indian organization, but with no real Indian players in the squad. Signify being a mix-up of some of the best from India and Southeast Asia. We do have one true Indian squad to cheer for. And with the heightened fever of Modi ji and nationalism everywhere in the country, it's good to have a squad like Aggressive 5. How did How did A35 even know that was going to happen? Wait, did he have a ward? What? How? I'm not sure. Was there a rocket flare? Anyway, Lion making the long trip by himself with the smoke of deceit. Excuse me, with the invisibility rune. Doesn't manage to see A35. Top lane. It seems as if Nengi is diving in. Earthshaker needs to be careful. The swarm's on top of him, so the blink's disabled. A rocket flare comes in for good measure. But aggressive 5 pushing the tier 2 with the Aegis on Nengi, who immediately pops the time lapse. Pinkpin and A35 coming in from the east. Mercury, he's got that Lincoln Sphere. I'm not sure if A35 has scouted that out. Swarm. I mean, this time around, they definitely know. But just the Swarm and that added vision coming in from the rocket flare gives Genesis the sense that they can't take this fight around that tier 2. I'm actually going to drop down the buyback status, because if somehow Aggressify managed to remove a few key heroes from the side of Genesis and they don't have buyback, this could mean a lane of Rax Aggressify. Nengi stays alive, the blood right. Takes away his Aegis. Nicely done by Genesis. They managed to take away the Aegis without expending any key ultimates. And yeah, this should be the cue for Aggressify to just back off for the time being. Pinkman wants to find the Queen of Pain, but no real vision. Paddling all by himself, trying to TP out. Nengi hanging around with that diffusal blade. They're hunting for him. They see him. Earthshaker does have the Fisher coming off cooldown in a second. Have they got detection? Not really. And Nengi might just get away scot-free. But all he predicts his movement. Jumps ahead aggressively with the blink. Nengi still alive with that Lincoln Sphere. They're still giving chase. The Fisher is there, but do they have the damage? And it looks like they don't. A35 meanwhile, he just jumped in. He pops the Blade Mail. He catches the Bloodseeker, and look at him go. He's ripped through that Bloodseeker. The Radiance and its evasion not amounting to much. And the Earthshaker almost being brought down by Nengi as well as paddling. Ollie still got the Sonic Wave. Earthshaker still has the Echo Slam. And this is Aggressify pushing in without the Aegis anymore. Mid lane, Mercury. They need someone to pop his Lincoln Spear. And it's been popped. Fisher on the Nengi though. Earth Spike, Echo Slam, Arrow, everything being thrown on top of that pesky little cockroach. And they're bottom down as well. They're chasing for more. Pinkman needs to be careful. He's got the Blade Mail, but no real cogs to work with. It would be nice if A35 decided to join him, but they just decided to minimize the losses and let go of the clockwork. It's a double kill on the Mirana. While Paddling and Pasol just back off for the time being. A35, I mean, he's dishing out a lot of physical DPS. I'm really hoping for him to build into something like a Silver Edge, excuse me, the Heaven's Halberd, so that he could break all these Lincoln Spheres and just take out the Mirana from the fight. But yeah, he's quite committed on just getting marched time and time again. I mean, the blink was cancelled thanks to the Rupture. But A35 got the kill nonetheless, but just closing in, and that extra range on the duel did help him out. Meanwhile, mid lane, Earthshaker's been brought down. Mercury trying to find a kill in response. Pasol stays alive. He's got the Glimmer Cape as well. And they got detection to chase them through the Moonlight Shadow. Looks like Aggressify down. Maybe Pasol did. Oh, even Pasol didn't. That's a pity. But yeah, they're just marching down mid lane. With a march on the Bloodseeker dead for a good 30 seconds, this could be a tier 2 tower at the very least for Aggressify. 30 minutes in. No one is really getting a clear lead in terms of net worth. But yeah, Aggressify are the first to take down all tier 2 towers. And A35 with that physical damage feels confident that he can do a little bit of damage to this tier 3 as well. Press the attack. He's just sidestepping the arrow. Eyes on the prize, going for the tower. Veil of Discord being committed, Sonic Wave being thrown out. Earthshaker respawning in a bit, but has he got the Echo Slam? The tier 3 is dropping far. Genesis have to mount a defense. Earthshaker jumps in. He hesitates with the Fisher and Aggressify. They get away with murder. They've taken down the tier 3, not lost anyone or anything in exchange. And they've even got a shrine to fall back on. Paddling. TPing to the top lane. Gonna just keep farming. Getting bigger and bigger. Being more of a problem for Genesis to deal with. The real stalwart, though, in this game for Aggressive 5 has to be A35. I mean, if I had to pick an MVP for this game, regardless of who wins or loses, I'm going to hand it over to A35. He's been absolutely stellar, made so much space, and now with all that dual victory damage, he's even chipping in the sieging department. Genesis should be hoping that they find a pick-off. I mean, they can kill Negi maybe with the Echo Slam. But they, at the same time, they need the Echo Slam to try and hold off these pushes coming out from Aggressive 5. A35's got the Halberd as well. This should be a dead Queen of Pain. He jumps in with the Blade Mail. Oh, but she's got the Haste Rune and she just runs the hell out of there. Ollie. Being real lucky them. Earthshaker still prepping on that top lane. No vision of him just yet, but Pasol's stolen the fish as well. It's going to just augment Aggressive 5's team fight a little more. I think he sees the Earthshaker. He's blocked him off with the Fisher. The Weaver's coming in. The Swarm's onto the both of them. Lion manages to pop his Linkens. The arrow connects on Negi. They're doing everything to burst down Negi. And with the finger, they'll get the kill. But their losses are a whole lot more. They've lost the Earthshaker. They've lost the Lion. Buybacks are bound. Earthshaker wants to jump in and get the Echo Slam off somehow. But he's not going to have much luck. Paddling comes in from the south. He wants to lock down Ollie or even the Bloodseeker, but he just doesn't see the Bloodseeker and ends up taking a rupture. There's the Echo Slam, only on Paddling, who's staying alive, but the Blood Rite will ensure that he doesn't get the Poison Nova off, and A35's gone too deep. This might be the one fight that Aggressive ends up losing, which could cost them a whole lot more. The Earthshaker's there with the lockdown, the Enchant Totem, along with its stun and its damage, ensures that finally Aggressive 5 lose the Legion Commander. And now Genesis, they seem to be the one gunning. They seem to be the ones gunning for towers. Paddling really coming in all the way from the south, all by himself, and being punished for it. Negi time and time again, getting picked off. Without getting too much done, Pinkman goes in, gets a nice set of cogs, pushing the Earthshaker back. Earthshaker dropping low, being brought down. It's a buyback coming up from A35. He's looking for more. He blinks in. He's got the Halberd. Can duel the Bloodseeker. Have they got detection? No, they haven't. All of them are just going to run away. Mercury running back in with the Linkets. They want A35. They drop the Blood Rite. They've got the arrow. They've got the kill as well. Pasol manages to steal the Starstorm, but what does it really matter? He hasn't got too much HP to work with, and the Thirst is going to give them the vision they need. They've lost Pasol, they've lost too much, and they might also lose that tier 3. Genesis marching down the top lane. Only Pasol has a buyback. A35 is dead for 83 seconds. Can Paddling hold all by himself? Paddling and Negi. Can they really do it? They pop the glyph. Mercury hitting away with that Blood Rage. Negi wants to go in. The Blood Rite comes out. The Venomous Gale, the Poison Nova does manage to clip a few, but they have no real lockdown. And they're just going to get a tier 3 and get the hell out of there. Pasol giving chase. He's got that Glimmer Cape. Negi's got the vision. And the hook shot will miss, but they managed to find a paltry Lion in exchange. And now, finally, at the 35-minute mark, someone has a net worth advantage, a real significant net worth advantage. What's going to be crucial, though, is the next Roshan. And Pinkman is already hanging around the Rosh pit. It'd be nice if Aggressive fight take down the enemy shrine. But it'd also be a little too obvious if they try and take down the shrine near Roshan. Instead, they're just going to move into the pit. Earthshaker's on the way. He's got the Echo Slam. He's got the Echo Slam, but do Genesis know what's going on? They probably should by now. Okay, it seems as if they don't want to contest. And I don't blame them. It's going to be particularly hard to just march through all those Plague Wards and all that vision coming out from the Clockwork. March now has a BKB. Negi really has to do a lot more for Aggressify to win these fights. But this is Roshan number 2 with Aegis and Cheese. Genesis, they pop the smoke, they walk up the cliff, they find Pasol, he's got the Glimmer Cape. Pinkman goes in with the Cogs, he's found 2, the Bloodseeker as well as the Lion. Paddling doesn't have the Poison Nova, he's dropping really low. Pinkman has fallen, the duel is there, it's on to the Bloodseeker, but they've got a Yule Scepter to delay the duel. A35 still duking it out, he's dropping low on the Bloodseeker and he finally goes down. A35 giving chase, Mercury pounding away at the Legion Commander who did have a Blade Mail pop. A35 doesn't look like he has anything that can really lock down the Priestess of the Moon on the Mirana, but he's got the Halberd and that's going to ensure that Mercury doesn't get a couple of hits off. He's managed to juke them out. He's trying to leap towards the knot, while elsewhere in the mid lane, Aggressify, they're just giving Chop chase and they're just going to march down mid. No Bloodseeker, no Earthshaker. This could be a lane of racks. They've got that one creep to work with. It could be multiple lanes of racks. I mean, Genesis, they're trying to split push this out, but I really don't think a Mirana as well as a Queen of Pain can push faster than the rest of Aggressify. All ETPs in the mid lane. His melee barracks have already fallen. His range barracks dropping low. The tier 3 at the bottom lane has fallen. Aggressify doing some real structural damage here. Bloodseeker does have a buyback. It's been forced out. A35 still has the Aegis. Negi still has the cheese. They're going to give up A35's life. Battling being controlled with the Rupture. He's just pounding away on the racks here, but it's battling through backdoor regen. He's still got the Rupture, does have the cheese. He can pop it now if he wants to, does pop it, turns around, drops the Poison Nova. Pinkman is there with the Cogs. Lion will fall. Pinkman chasing for more. The Glimmer Cape keep him alive. March, no Rupture to work with, but he's got his BKB. The Fisher's there along with the arrow. This should be a dead Pinkman, but the press the attack from A35 only buys him a little bit of time, just enough for A35 to jump in with the duel on the March. They've got the Yule Scepter, they unload the Echo Slam, they're giving it their all to bring down the Legion, but the A35 will finally fall and the Fisher will catch off Paddling as well. The arrow tanked up by Pinkman, making sure that Paddling can force stuff into the trees and get the hell out of there. Beautiful stuff coming out from Aggressify. They got the Aegis, which really allowed them to do that. And they managed to make the most of it. 2 lanes of racks. And a huge net worth swing back into the pockets of Aggressify. But was once a 6,000 net worth advantage in favor of Genesis, is now nearly a 2,000 net worth advantage in favor of Aggressify. Ollie. That Yule Scepter really not enough. They need a lot to deal with A35 and his Legion Commander. And once A35 picks up that BKB, then no real answers coming out from the side of Genesis. You're really hoping for someone to build into an Abyssal Blade just to deal with the Legion Commander. March, well, he's far away from it. He's going for the Lincolns for himself. But the problem is 30 seconds with no Legion Commander, no real buyback on A35. He's already expended it. Are Aggressify going to defend here? And if they do get carried away, they could lose multiple members. Pinkman goes in with the Cogs and with the hook shot. The Earth Spike stolen from Pasol is there. Paddling really low. I mean, really being controlled. But Negi with the BKB, with the Rupture, still manages to find the kill onto the Lion, forcing Genesis to retreat. The arrow surges through. But Aggressify managed to sidestep it. They do, however, lose their ranged barracks. But they don't lose any of their cores, and that's what really matters. A lane of range barracks not significant enough. And Aggressify, I mean, they feel that the ball's in their court and they're just going to pop a smoke and look for a pickoff. Negi does have that BKB to work with. Paddling. He's got a BKB of his own. As time progresses, all the lockdown coming out from the Earthshaker and the Lion is starting to mean less and less. They found the Earthshaker. The Diffuser Blade is there. I don't think Genesis want to commit to this, and he doesn't even have buyback. What's even better is that Pasol manages to steal the Fisher. And along with that Blink Dagger in his kit, he could make some possibly big plays with that stolen Fisher. A35, really close to his BKB himself. Negi, his Lincoln Sphere triggered. Paddling, keeping the top lane pushed. The creep wave approaches from the mid lane, so no backdoor protection to worry about. Pasol with the Fisher blocking them off. Pinkman goes in YOLO with the Cogs on top of the Lion. He might pay with his life here, but Lion gets the Fisher off before being brought down. And Pasol manages to steal the Hex. They've lost the Earthshaker from The earlier smoke rotation coming up from Aggressive 5, and without the Earthshaker, that defense looks really weak. Negi just pops his BKB, pops the time lapse. He's focused on the racks, eyes on the prize, and Aggressive 5 going for the kill here. Paddling jumps in with the Poison Nova, does manage to clip onto a few. Lion might just end up going down. The Venomous Gale not clipping onto the Lion. The arrow from Mercury does connect, and Mercury goes all in. But he's been lifted, thrown up into the air from Pasol, and brought down. Buyback from the Precious of the Moon. But Aggressive 5, they got what they wanted, and they're just going to retreat for now. Genesis left with 3 lanes. I mean, left with mega creeps to defend against. Ollie's already made the adjustment and gone for the Maelstrom. A35. A little bit away from his BKB, but Aggressive 5, they have some time to breathe. They could go for the smaller structures like the Shrine before going for that one decisive push. Earthshaker even picks up a Yule Scepter of his own just to delay A35 from getting a kill with his duel. The Rocket Fly giving Aggressive 5 vision and information of where Genesis are. And look at this, A35's gone in with the duel. The reactions are too little too late. The Rocket Fly comes in, Negi just walks in with the auto attacks. And they get the kill. Pikmin goes in with the hook shot. He's caught the Bloodseeker. This is going to force out a BKB possibly. The Cogs are doing their work. They were broken by the Lion, and that's going to allow March to retreat. Who drops a Blood Ride in haste and backstyle out of there. But 60 seconds with no Earthshaker, 60 seconds with no Echo Slam. What can Aggressive accomplish with this little bit of time and space? A35 working on the Shrines and base for the time being. The arrow misses. I mean, Aggressive have a lot of gold. Oops, what? Pasol? Dear sir, what are you doing? I don't know what he was doing. I'm not sure he knows what he was doing, but he bought enough space for paddling to get off the Poison Nova. It's going to ensure that March is brought down. 105 seconds with no Bloodseeker, no buyback either. 25 seconds until the Earthshaker respawns. I mean, it'll take a huge Echo Slam for Genesis to come back into this game. Ollie blinks in, he got pushed back by the Cogs. Pinkman dropping low, no mana, no HP, and no luck either. But A35, eyes on the prize. He's focusing the throne. He's bringing it down. Genesis have tapped out. Aggressive 5 have done it. They have managed to take a game of the Malaysian heavyweights Genesis. And what a game it was. For a good 35 minutes, no one had a net worth advantage, but a couple of key fights following that key Roshan pickup coming out from Aggressive 5 could ensure that they could go for structures. Wonderful play coming out from Aggressive 5 all around. Some people said they were outdrafted. Honestly, I thought the same. But they just surprised everyone. And Genesis, they have some real homework to do before they fly over to India for the Dew Arena LAN finale. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as today's broadcast for Dota 2 is concerned. My name is Vivek. You can find me, love me, like me, hit me at facebook.com/VivekCasting. You're watching the ESL India Premiership Masters League. Adios and good night.
Alright, and I'm very, very excited to announce that A5 have defeated the reigning people on Zone 1 of holding the top spot on the Masters League board. Genesis loses their first game in the ESL India Premiership September session of the fall season to A5, and I'm very, very excited because this team has proven that they are undefeatable finally. Aggressive 5 holding the second position now is going to go up to the first position, moving Genesis to the second spot as of now. With this, we do come to an end of day 10 of the ESL India Premiership. I'm sorry, day 11 of the ESL India Premiership. We will go live tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. IST with day 12, and we have a lot of good games coming up soon. And if you have missed anything till now or want to check out some replays, want to check out some games, you can head off to our YouTube channel of ESL India. You can even follow us on Facebook to get a live notification when we go live tomorrow. We do go live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can check it out anywhere. I'm Angela from Nordwind Gaming, and this event is brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zoe by BenQ. And we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night, keep gaming, and take care.